YouVersion app, Amplified Bible, Classic Edition. Procedure, Luke 6, reading notes. Here's procedural law of being a Christian. 20, for Christians is favor and salvation apart from the outward appearance of poor, lowly, and afflicted. For Christians is favor and salvation apart from the outward appearance to seek and eager desire things of God. For Christians is favor and salvation apart from the outward appearance when people hate, exclude, excommunicate, revile, denounce, defame, case out, spurn your name as evil. No, the prophets were treated this way, but rich is your reward in heaven. Love your enemies, pray positive for those who hate, curse, and abuse you. If they strike you on the cheek, offer the other cheek. If they take your outer garment, give your undergarment as well. 30. Give to the real poor and don't require anything back. 31. Do to others as you want done to you. 32, 36. Love your enemies and expect nothing in return. 36. Do not judge. 37. Forgive. 47, 48. A person who listens to God's commands is like a man building his house foundation on a rock. When the flood came, the house stood. Here is the violation procedure law of being a Christian. Violation: woe to the rich, you will laugh now and mourn later, cry later. You will be praised, but like the false prophets were. 46. Why do you call me Lord, but don't do God's commands? 48. For those who hear but do not listen is like a man who builds a house without foundation, and the flood comes and destroys the house. Summary: Jesus on the Sabbath day, disciples were eating grain in the field, and the Pharisees said this was unlawful. And Jesus said, remember when David ate in the bread of the temple, only allowed to the priest eat? The Son of Man is Lord of the Sabbath. On the other Sabbath, Jesus healed a man with a withered hand in the synagogue, and the Pharisees and scribes questioned the healing on the Sabbath. Jesus asked, is it right to do good and save life, or do evil and take a life? Jesus went alone to pray. Jesus named the disciples, now apostles, special messengers. A lot of people were around Jesus, and he was healing the sick and driving out demons. For Christians, it is a favor of salvation apart from outward appearance of poor, lowly, and afflicted. For Christians, favor of salvation apart from the outward appearance who seek the eager desire things of God. For Christian is favor and salvation apart from the outward appearance when people hate, exclude, excommunicate, revile, denounce, defame, case out, spurn your name as hate, exclude, evil. No, the prophets were treated this way, but rich is your reward in heaven. Woe to the rich, you will laugh now and mourn later. You will be praised, but like the false prophets were. Love your enemies, pray positive for those who hate you, curse and abuse you. If they strike you on the cheek, offer the other cheek. If they take your outer garment, give your undergarment as well. Give to the real poor and don't require anything back. Do to others as you want done to you. Love your enemies and expecting nothing in return. Do not judge. Forgive. Give gifts and you will receive gifts. The student will become like the teacher. Why do you see the speck in your brother's eye and not see the beam in your own eye? Good trees do not bear bad fruit, and sickly trees do not bear good fruit. Good provide good, and bad evil men provide bad and evil. Why do you call me Lord, but do not do God's commands? A person who listens to God's commands is like a man building his house foundation on a rock. When the flood came, the house stood. For those who hear but do not listen is like a man who builds a house without a foundation, and the flood comes and destroys the house.